name is Melanin Planter, and today I'm going to be discussing some of my favorite plants of mine. I don't know if you can see, but these are Monstera, Albos, and Monstera Constellations. So, I don't even know where to start. So my first one I got sometime last year, and I guess that kind of started my rare plant journey, is I wanted the Monstera Thai. And then once you get the Thai, you have to have the Albo, and so on and so on. So I ordered one, a little pricier than what I would have spent on one now. This one just got a new leaf. I probably need to water it, but I got this huge one from Peace, Love, and Happiness Club in Seattle. They shipped it to me. I think this was their medium or their large size. I can't remember. But this one is beautiful. I don't water it as much as I should. This leaf down here was the prettiest leaf, lots of white. That's the newest leaf, but the prettiest leaf with lots of white. It was opening up during transit, so don't recommend shipping plants that have unfurling leaves during transit because they usually get messed up. And then, let's see. Oh, and then I got these two. This one is one of my favorites. It's really, really tall. All my leaves are all crumpled. This one got messed up during transit as well, but they just got squished. They got stuck in customs. I got this one from Tropical Plant Supply. You've seen their video that I did with them before. And then I also got this one from Tropical Plant Supply as well. Uh-oh, I'm dropping stuff. And this is the newest leaf. It's so beautiful. But I'm actually selling this one, which I didn't want to, but I need to stop hoarding Monstera Thai Constellations because it's not fair. So I sold another one that I really loved. I hate getting rid of them, but I need to make room. I need to get some new plants. But I did take some cuttings from some of my old ones. So this one, I was a little worried because, well, let me talk about this one first. So I took two cuttings from these Monstera Thais. There was another one I had that was huge, also from Tropical Plant Supply. And so I took the two cuttings from it, and it was just this one leaf, because this one leaf was my favorite. It's so beautiful. I love this one. I don't want to turn it too much because I'll drop stuff. But this one rooted really, really fast, and I rooted it in water, and I used Clonex, the liquid Clonex. Just dropped it in water. It rooted really fast, like I said, and then I have a new leaf. No fenestrations yet, but beautiful new leaf. And then the second one that I had taken was from this leaf, and I got scared because it started to brown, and I didn't want to lose this leaf before it rooted, but I looked, and and what else happened? So it was rooting, and then I accidentally broke the root, so I was afraid that it wouldn't re-root, but look, it has a root. It actually has another root coming up, and so it has another root coming from here, one root coming from there, and then also two growth points. I don't know if you could see them, but one here, one there, and some roots coming. So I'm excited. So I just rooted it in just water. I threw some Leca clay balls in there just because, just to make it a little fun. Right now there's another plant rooting in here. This is a giant McCann's cutting because I could. I'm just practicing. Just rooting as many plants as I can. So I'll talk about my Albos and then I'll talk about it because I kind of have the same care for each of them, I guess. Let's see. So, my sad Albo story is I bought this expensive Albo from Tropical Plant Supply, and I was still a noob, and just a noob with like aeroids, I guess. I was good with common plants that just require basic just dirt and throw it in a pot, but I didn't think to use chunky soil for my Albo. I just threw it in some dirt. And the soil that I was using, it was like retaining moisture, which you don't really want for albos, and the pot that I had it in did not have a drainage hole. So just a combination of no, don't do it. So for these, get chunky soil, get a pot that has drainage holes. Always have a pot that has drainage holes unless you're just amazing at watering and letting it dry out. I can't talk. So that albo, sadly, did not make it. I tried to, basically, by the time you notice root rot, it's usually too late. So always check your plants, try to notice anything, and yeah. So I was able to save one, but it was a big albo. Like, it was big. It had so many leaves. It was beautiful. 5 or 6 leaves. Oh, so much white. So beautiful. But I was able to save one, and there were so many nodes, and I tried to root them in water, but for some reason my albo wasn't taking in water like a tie is taking water. So I did end up rooting it. And this was the first plant that I rooted in moss, and it did it. And I was really surprised and proud of myself, but I just transferred it to a chunky soil mix. This one, it does have a node coming up. Sorry, this pot's ugly. All my little, 2 of them are in such ugly pots. They ran out of pots. But this is him. He was, oh, and it scared me because when I was rooting him, he started getting super yellow. You could still see it was getting super yellow, but then thankfully it rooted and the yellowing stopped and slowed down. Now, like I said, it has all the way down here, there's a new growth point, so I'm excited to see some results on that one. I'm glad I was able to save a little piece of him, but I was so heartbroken after that, so I went on Etsy and bought another albo to replace the one that was lost. It's not as big, but it's beautiful. See? I love this guy. And then this is its new leaf, still waiting for it to harden off. This one also in the chunky soil, but this one, both my albos I keep in my little indoor kitchen greenhouse. They don't really need to be in there. They don't really require too much humidity, but I like to keep them humid only because there's so much white on the leaves. So I do keep the albos in the greenhouse, and also especially this one since it was rooted and all that in the greenhouse, so it's used to the greenhouse conditions, so I'm just keeping it in there. I don't want to switch it up and move it somewhere and shock it and kill it. So yeah, and like I said, my greenhouse, it gets about, it's always above 70 temperature-wise, and then humidity always above 70, more like 80, 90, so my greenhouse is really moist. What haven't I talked about? Oh, and as for the ties, I keep, all of the ties are out of the greenhouse, so 1, 2, 3 of the ties are outside of the greenhouse. This one is in the greenhouse since it's rooting and it likes the moisture and all the conditions. And then this one, kind of like my other, the albo that I rooted, it is inside the greenhouse only because it's used to those conditions and I don't want to shock it. So eventually I'm going to take this one out and see what we can do. Oh wow, this new baby already has like a little place where the new leaf will come. Oh, that's so exciting. So yeah, I love the ties. Like I said, that one's my favorite tie. This one's my favorite albo. We'll see. Eventually I want to get a bigger tie and a bigger albo, but we'll see. I'm happy with all these ones. Like, this one is huge. I'm happy. They're all just happy. I literally, oh, and when I water them, I barely water them. Like, after that one time with root rot, I learned my lesson, and I never just soak them. I'm not a big fan of soaking the plants. I just water them a little bit as needed and let them dry out in between, and whenever I notice or remember, I'll just throw a little bit more water on them. I do fertilize throughout the year. I just put a little bit of the Super Thrive, and I use the, I think it's 411 Super Thrive, because there's another one that's 001 or something like that, but the 411 Super Thrive, I put that in there. I also give them fish and kelp every once in a while. B1, if they're like growing their roots still, B1 is great, as well as the Clonex. I think it also contains B1. Yeah, so it's basically the products I use on them, and they're happy and loving life now. I'm glad that I finally got the Albo tie thing down, so I don't kill anymore. But yeah, the chunky soil. Oh yeah, and for the soil on all of them, I have a little bit of soil, lots of bark, lots of leca, clay balls, charcoal, I don't know if I said that, perlite. On this Albo, I threw some moss on top, but that was more just for looks, so not necessary because you try to let them dry out. I think I got everything that's in there. These ones I don't have any. I just started using the little cocoa core, whatever it is. So I don't have any of that in these yet, so they're doing good. Maybe when I repot them, I'll add some of that. But yeah, if you have any other questions about Monstera ties or Albos, definitely hit me up down below, or find me on Instagram, Melanin Planter, and you can ask me there. But I hope you have a great day. Oh, I'm missing one. One sec.